Patients will often ask, can I use my WaterPik or Oral Irrigator instead of using my floss? And the answer to that is coming. I'm Dr. Scheurer from Tranquil Dental. The floss does a really important job, and that is that it actually scrapes off the side of the tooth. So if you're using your floss appropriately and you're going in between the two teeth, you should be wrapping it around that tooth and going up and down, and then wrapping it around the other tooth and going up and down. If you're doing so, then you're actually scraping all the plaque, the bacteria, the food. You're scraping all of that off of the tooth structure, the side of your tooth structure. The Oral Irrigator has some great benefits to it. One is that if you have spaces in between your teeth, and that's where you find that you get some food impacted or stuck in there, it does a really good job blasting it out of there. Also, it helps to invigorate or increase the blood flow in the tissues. So if the tissues are really inflamed and irritated, if you use the Oral Irrigator, it increases the blood flow, which then can help to make the tissue more healthy. So I liken that oftentimes to athletes who will go into a whirlpool to try and help to improve the tissue health if they've got some swelling or some inflammation from the work that they've been doing on the field or on the court, as it would be. So those whirlpools that they get into increase the blood flow and then can help to make those areas much more healthy. The WaterPik, the Oral Irrigator, does the same thing in that it increases the blood flow and helps to make the area, the tissue, more healthy. And as I said, can kind of blast out those big areas, those areas where you have some big pieces or particles of food that's impacted in there. So there are fabulous advantages to it. I'm not completely knocking it, but you do need to know, every patient needs to know that there is no getting away from the floss. The floss is super important because it actually can scrape off the side of the tooth where your toothbrush bristles can't reach. And basically that's what you're doing with your brush too, is to scrape off the front and back and biting surfaces of your teeth in order to clean them off. So there's no getting around it. Floss is ultimately important, and that's the answer to the question.